folks, Micah McGee here. In today's video we're going to get out and do what we wanted to do for a while now. The blackberries have been ripening for probably 2 weeks. We literally haven't had time to do any more than just get out and get like enough for what, 1 cobbler. So today we're going to we got a day off. We're going to actually get out here and pick some berries. Is one of them buckets for me? Thank you. These are each 1 gallon. I wonder who eats ice cream around here. Somebody eats ice. Well, the good thing is when you got blackberry cobbler, you got to have more ice cream. So that keeps a fresh supply of blackberry picking buckets on hand. As you know, when we make sausage, we put it in these buckets and freeze it as well. So a lot of uses for ice cream buckets. So we always need to eat ice cream on a regular basis. Let's get out here and pick some blackberries and see what we can find. I'm just hoping that we didn't work too long and miss out on the opportunity. Good looking boys, good looking corn. Dave, are the soybeans starting to sprout yet?
I don't think so.
Not yet. It rained pretty good last night. Maybe they'll start sprouting soon. Oh yeah, there's some berries here. See them there, Dave? Nice. They're glistening in the sun. I see some right in here as well. I'm gonna have to reach in there and pick them bad boys.
Whoa, you're bad.
Yeah, you'll see plenty of bugs. Plenty of bugs and possibly snakes. These berries are in the very sweet stage, which means it's their last, and they're very wet right now from the rain last night. But we get them picked and frozen, they'll be ready to go when it comes time to eat them bad boys. You finding anything, Caleb? Whoa, that's a nice big one. Picking blackberries is not extremely romantic because you got thorns, you got chiggers, you got all kinds of issues, possibly even snakes, depending on where you're at. But just the fact that somebody's willing to go through all those things for some blackberries shows you they must be pretty good.
Smashed a mosquito.
Yeah, that mosquito. You sure it was a mosquito? Looks like you smushed a blackberry against your side.
It was a mosquito. There it is.
Whoa. Okay, let's add mosquitoes to the list of things out here. By the time you get a gallon picked, you've got your arms and your poor little lunch hooks poked full of needle holes. I smell a stink bug.
I smell a thorn.
Who do you think's gonna fill their bucket first?
You.
Me?
Well, probably not Joe today.
You think Joel or David will beat me?
Matt or Joel, they probably know where they are.
Yeah, but Matt, he'll probably eat half his as he goes.
Yep, and Joel.
You think Joe will too?
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard part, not eating them.
Yep. One time we were picking some for cobbler, and I didn't eat one.
Yeah.
They were over there.
Just munching them down. You know, the hard thing about picking berries, if you eat one, if it's a good sweet one, it drives you nuts. You have to eat another one. And you eat another one, you eat another one. But you know what? If you get one that's tart and don't taste so great, which happens, you know, quite often, then you got to eat another one to get that taste out of your mouth. Then you get another sweet one. And then when you taste that sweet one, you want another one. Yeah, you can never quit. So it's better not to get started eating them bad boys. All right, folks, I'm gonna throw it on a time lapse. We're gonna pick some berries and we're gonna see how we do. think all I do is run the camera. What do you have to say to that? Get her done, boy. Are you hot?
Yeah.
It won't come open. It's probably fixing to spill all over you too. Sometimes them things strip out. Oh, he's hot, he's sweaty, he's tired. He's thirsty. It's that kind of day, folks. Hot summer day. It's hot. Well, we didn't completely fill our buckets. I don't know where the other boys are. They're out there somewhere picking. Listen to them cicadas. Yeah, you know it's summer when the cicadas are chirping. Wow, good job, boys. Where's David? I bet he's got several.
I don't know. He's back in there somewhere.
David! Come to the truck! You hear him?
Yep.
He just proved right there that he's the most responsible one of the whole bunch. And me and Caleb are the least responsible. That makes Matthew happy not to be in the most irresponsible list. Matt, you didn't run with him this year and drop him. You forgot all about doing that, didn't you? Did he do that one year? I thought he did. It's bad, folks, when you pick for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you run trip and they all go everywhere. Boy, oh boy, ain't that sad. Let's see how many Dave's got. He's coming. Here he comes. He must have been way back there. Good job, Dave. I'm afraid that David got about as much as I did. And Caleb got the least, which we expect. We don't think he's going to get the most. And then Joel and Matt tied for the most, maybe. But I think Matt was just getting ready to tell me something.
Yep. We both picked about the same amount. Then I dumped mine into Joel's, filled it up, and we both picked this one.
Okay, so y'all helped each other. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all ready to go home? Yep. Gotta go home and get a shower because you know the chiggers are gonna be awful. Anyway, folks, we could either get out of here right now or we could cook a blackberry cobbler. Which y'all think the people want? You think they want us to shut the video off or cook a cobbler real quick?
Let's cook cobbler.
Let's eat.
He wants us to cook a cobbler. Go in the house and show Mom. Nice. Oh, there's a little squirt. Look.
That's a lot. Nice things.
I think I failed you. I didn't get the most.
The least.
Can you believe Joel and Matt got the most?
Wow, Matt.
Mary, come look. Matt stepped up. That's because he was with Joel. He didn't have no choice. Look, Mary, how many pies will that make? How many cups in a pie? 1 cup? 2 cups? 4 cups? Oh boy, okay. Maybe we just have a few pies. Anyway, Mom, we promised everybody we was going to make a pie for them. A cobbler. Can we do that? Okay, then. I'll get the ice cream. Y'all make the cobbler. Mary ran away. She don't want to show everybody her nice squash. Man alive. Cucumbers, zucchinis, scallop, and straight yellow squash with a few green beans and 1 pepper. What do you think about that, Caleb? What's that, basil?
Lemon basil.
Lemon basil. Wow, I didn't know we grew citrus as well.
Honey beans.
Or smell it.
I smell it. Yep, I can smell a little citrusy smell there.
Wait to make pickles.
Pickles?
Pickle.
Yay. Hey.
Hi.
You gonna open them?
Sure.
Folks, he cut these pickles up himself. He's so
Yeah,
proud
not
of
with a
him.
knife.
Not with a knife. How'd you do it?
There's like a pickle.
A pickle cutter. Oh my. Had to get big sister to open them up for him. Oh, this is, oh, one of those. One of those lids. It got hard to find canning lids, and we bought some of them plastic ones, reusable. Ooh, flat, huh? Whoa. What does it taste like? Catfish?
Pickles.
Are they strong? Or good? Or perfect? Or
They're
weak?
good.
Really good?
Mm.
Dill pickles or bread and butter?
Deal.
Deal?
I think.
What's the deal pickle?
Deal.
All right, just like that, when it's time to start the cobbler, all the boys, they get busy doing other things. And when they're gone, that means I have to work. And that means when it's time to eat, they're probably going to show back up. So right here you can see what we've got. We've got 2/3 at least of a gallon of blackberries because we're doing quite a large dish. I don't even know what the size of this dish is. It looks like maybe 12 by 16 or something like that. It's big. So, one thing about blackberries, they create a lot of juice when they cook. And if you don't do something, that's going to be running all over the place. And a extremely runny cobbler is not fun. Runny is not funny. So I'm going to just layer some flour down just like this. And that's going to soak it up when that gets runny at the bottom. That's all that's for. Now, here's some sugar. I'm just going to scoop out. This is that we talked earlier about this very raw sugar. It's called, what you call it, McGee? Sucanat. Yeah, sucanat. It smells like molasses when you're smelling it. We're going to put that there. I'm going to take every one of these blackberries and pour them in here. I'm going to pour about half because there's so many of them I can hardly stir. I'm going to pour a whole cup of sugar in that right there. And then I'm going to take my redneck spanking spoon. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to work them all into that sugar. And that's just half of them. Work them all in. And that sugar really works on them berries. Them berries will start sweating. There's nothing prettier than a blackberry sweating. Man, oh man. Just going to pour them all in like that. And then I pour these in. And we'll do her again. That's more berries than the first time. So I'm going to put more sugar than the first time. If you ever watch me make sausage, you are watching me make something now about the same. I'm not going to measure a whole lot of stuff. I'm just going to be throwing it in. And that's the way I like to do it. There's certain people that don't like to not be measured perfect measurements, and I'm sorry, that ain't the way I roll. I don't even measure when I'm planting my soybeans in the field. I just dump them in. That's just the way we roll around here. Now that got mixed perfectly. Look, it's already making juice. Oh man. So, at this point, we're just gonna spread these things evenly across this pan. That turned out to be just about the perfect amount of blackberries in this here pan. Look at that. Now, it's time to make a plop crust. Some people call them drop crust. Actually, first before I do that, I'm gonna mix a little more flour. This is just white flour here. We're gonna use the good whole wheat flour in the crust. But we want to thicken this baby on up a little more. So we're going to do that right there. Now this here needs to be stirred in good because it can leave white clumps of flour if it's on top like that. So we don't want that. I got to looking in our McGee family cookbook and we ain't got a good cobbler recipe in there. So that's unfortunate. Our cookbook is only sold on eBay. I don't have it here. My sister will ship it to you from Kentucky. And if you're interested, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the link in the descriptions for you for eBay. So there you go. At this point, we're going to use the healthier flour. I'm going to go with 2 cups. Some things you really need to measure. And these 2 cups of flour are one of those things. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of sugar in it. Not a whole lot. Teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. We got the puff powder here called baking powder. 1, 2, 3. If I'm not mistaken, that's all the dry ingredients there are. Next, we're going to cut up this butter, and we're going to use the whole stick. You might wonder why I'm using a store-bought stick of butter when I've got a milk cow, and that's a pretty good question to ask. The cream that comes off that milk mostly goes into coffee because we're a coffee drinking bunch here. I don't know if you know, Frank does not put any cream in his coffee, so don't worry about Frank doing it. He's not the culprit of that situation. I'm just cutting this butter up into these pads and throwing it in here so that when I put my cutter into it and cut it up, it won't be no problem. It'll go easy. Just like that. And all we like at this point is milk. So we're going to do 2/3 a cup of milk and start our stirring process. There we go. And that, my friend, is from the milk cow. And we want this crust to be fairly moist. It's drop crust, not a flat crust. We're not going to roll this out into a flat piece of dough. All right, this is the consistency we are looking for right here. I ended up adding a couple dashes more of milk just to make it work. And now at this point, it's time to do the plopping part. We're just gonna put small little dabs because this breading may grow. It's got 3 teaspoons of baking powder in it, so it's probably gonna grow a little bit. I gotta get out there and get my wood fire going. This thing is gonna cook with a wood cook stove, just like everything else cooks around here. And just like that, it's ready to go in the oven. And just like that, here he comes back now that he knows the thing's made and he don't have to help make it. Where were you, boy?
Set my trap.
Trap?
Yeah, checking it.
Checking it?
This morning, but I check it again. Something was set off. One of them was set off.
What are you trying to catch? Raccoons?
Raccoons and possums?
Yeah, them bad boys. All right. Well, good. You been catching one? 2, 3, 4?
Matt caught one.
Matt caught one.
And last year I caught 11 coons and possums.
You little rascal. I guess I'll feed you then. All right. The oven is pushing on past 300. We don't want it any hotter than 350 if we can help it. Most of y'all have a crank, you can just, or buttons to push, set it to 350. But for this one, once it hits 350, we'll shut this door, shut that down, should hold 350. Old Matthew's gonna take it out for the final round. We had to throw some foil over it to keep it from burning. Don't burn yourself, Matt, and don't drop it. That would be a terrible thing. Just set it, yeah, just put it right there, that's fine. Don't matter how hot it is. All right, let's take a little peeky peek. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Let's get the ice cream and eat. All right, folks, I want to say a big thank you to the boys for helping me pick these berries. But now it's time to try some cobbler. One thing about the way I did this, by putting flour in the bottom of the pan, it is a necessity to take it out when it's about halfway done and stir it, give it a little whisk in between your crust biscuits or whatever you want to call it, and stir that up because the bottom will stay somewhat like a flour and get thick. So if you do that, it'll turn out like this. When we scooped it out, it turned out really good. So all right, boys, let's try it out. Bluebell ice cream would be better, but I'm not going to drive all the way to town just for some ice cream. I mean, I could, but... Wow. I don't even know the brand of this. It's just... Now, Mom, do you still think I made it too sweet?
No.
Nope.
It's pretty tart.
It's pretty good, ain't it?
Yeah.
When I picked them berries, I could tell they were going to be extremely tart.
It was worth the work.
Yeah, definitely worth the work. Wow. Do you like that flour mixed in it, Mom? I love that.
That was those dough balls were?
No. The flour mixed in is that part right there that's so thick and nice. Matt, you find a bug yet? Yeah? How big? Was it good? Did you eat it?
I didn't.
What was it? A Japanese beetle?
I got a couple crunchy things, but I don't think they were bugs.
Nothing wrong with a little protein.
What are y'all those ants?
Hey, kitty. I don't think I ever saw that before.
Yeah. It stays at the barn most of the time.
Wow. Is there anything you would change about it?
Not me, I don't know how to change it. Too good to change.
I'm asking a real cook.
You think it would make it better to put some squash in it?
You want squash in it?
Maybe a zucchini cake. Zucchini.
Woo! That is good stuff. Frank doesn't like blackberries, so he's not invited. He can't stand blackberry pie. What do you think about the dough balls, Mom?
They're good.
I like them. Got a good buttery taste.
Yeah, they're tender.
Looks like Caleb's going to save me some. I sure appreciate that. You're such a fine fella. What happened? You get full of hot dogs and you ain't hungry now? Oh, I'm going to have to shut the video off before you can finish all that. You want to close the video out? I can. It sounds to me like somebody let the dogs out. Our neighbor over there has got more dogs than Carter had little liver pills. But that's that's fine. There's not a thing we can do about that. But, folks, if you get a chance to pick some blackberries, definitely do it. By the time this video comes out, there won't be no blackberries ripe. They'll all be gone. Maybe you can find some in the produce section and the fruit section and make you some. Or else, get some that you froze, like we did, and use this recipe. A lot of people pick blackberries and freeze them for future cobbler because they freeze so well and do good like that. So, anyway, if you have some, try it out. If you don't, God bless you. I don't know what to say. But we're going to get on out of here. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.